Hello and welcome to Inside the Box, presented by Alibaba Pizza. I'm your host, Tally Campbell. This is a brand new weekly talk show featuring the Western Lacrosse Association and the BC Junior Lacrosse League. On today's show, we'll speak to Canadian Hall of Famer and BC Junior Lacrosse Nanaimo Timbermen assistant coach Tyson Leies. We'll speak to co-pickup Victoria Shamrocks, and we got the new WLA commissioner on the show as well. This is Inside the Box, presented by Alibaba Pizza. I am now joined with Canadian Lacrosse Hall of Famer and current assistant coach of the Nanaimo Junior A Timbermen, Tyson Leies. Tyson, talk about how the game has changed since you played.
20 some odd years ago, we all played up, down, everywhere, and it was a transition game for everybody. And the game was involved to the point with the NLL coming in, and the influence was with the offense and defense. That's what kids are specially doing now. It's just one end or the other, a little bit of transition, and of course with the field influence and kids going down to college, you know what, it's just any man's game. And right now we've seen the evolution of kids and the athleticism, and back in my day you could be 2 1/4, 240 pounds and still be great, but now the kids are 180 to 200, fit and lean and fast, and you know what, you don't have to be that big brute, and we don't have to have the resident goon on your team anymore, and it's a high action, fast paced game. And of course the nets being bigger, you know what, who knows how many points I could have had if the nets were 2 square feet bigger way back then.
And now you're assistant coach for the Nanaimo Junior Timbermen. Talk about giving back in that sense as an assistant coach.
Well, ever since I'd say 1997, I was coaching minor lacrosse out in the peninsula, and my son just started to play. But I was always doing the bantams or the midgets. I always loved giving the game back to the game, and coaching and teaching the kids what I've taught, what I've learned from the likes of Chris Hall and Normal Dillon and Walt Christensen and Paul Delmonte when I played for the Ravens. You name it. I just passed all of it down. And coming here, this is my second stint with Nanaimo, obviously. Now I'm an assistant coach supporting Kyle. We're working great together, and it's early, but we're here just to give back to these kids, and knowing that if you don't have the knowledgeable coaches to give back, it's really frustrating when you're sitting in the stands as a parent. So that's why I always done it and said, you know what, if I can give back, I'm not the greatest coach in the world, and I don't claim to be. But if I can pass on my knowledge, you know what, the kids are just going to be that much more better off in the future.
You talk about your son playing now. He's number 13 for the Nanaimo Junior A Timber, Connor Leies. Does he play like his father?
No, not at all. I tried like heck to get him to be right-handed when he was a kid, and ever since he was 3 1/2 and had a stick in his hand, he always wanted to go left-handed. And we had a tennis ball and his helmet on in the backyard, and I'd throw the tennis ball and hit him between the eyes, and he'd switch to his left and he'd knock it down, go to his right, and I'd hit him in the head. And we eventually learned that, you know what, he's going to be a lefty. It's inevitable. But, you know, I've only ended up coaching him 1 year, and that was his first year in midget. In his tyke and mini tyke, I would just run a door and let another dad do the coaching. But for some reason, we just felt it was better off that somebody else coached him. And he sort of progressed slower, and he wasn't the player that he is today when he was in Pee Wee and Bantam. He was good, but he was never sort of in that elite group. And I hope now that's over the past couple of years of him going to Claremont Field Academy in Victoria, and now going off in August, he'll be going away to school. And now in box, he's been a bit of a suitcase through intermediate, right? He was in Victoria and then in Delta and now in Nanaimo. That hasn't fazed him, though. It's pissed him off, and it's driven him to be a better athlete and a better player. The only thing I look at now in the future is he is way better at this age than I was, and he's good with both hands. And I just look at it to say, you know what, enough of the people to say, now let's compare Tyson to Connor. Nowhere's near, because you know what, the game has changed so much. He has changed so much. He's 205 and he's 6'5", so he's not a bull in a china shop like I was. I'd run through guys. He's more the finesse, and he can place the ball, whether he's shooting or passing. He has a great eye for the floor, and he reminds me of the player that I used to play with, was Ricky Brown. Ricky Brown could look anywhere and he could pass without even looking at you, and it was in your stick. that's what he can do. And then you throw in the ability to be able to throw it very hard and accurately, he's going to be way better than me.
And last, Tyson and Nanaimo Junior Timbermen have a brand new coaching. You said yourself, brand new assistant coach, Kyle Cooling. A lot of young guys. How's it going so far?
You know what? When I was here before with Dave Bremner and Paul Meeks and Forbes Mitchell was the GM, we struggled, and we just didn't have the bodies. We had good players, but they weren't great players. And they tried their damnedest to work hard for us and try to give us some wins. And we went from 6, 7, 8, 9 wins in those 4 years, and we made playoffs. And you know, it's sort of a topsy-turvy, and you got to look to the minor system. But now this organization bringing Kyle in and Kyle saying that he wanted to have me on board. It's just the two of us, and Brad Lytle's helping us along as well. But I think that we've changed a bit of the attitudes and the culture in the dressing room. There's no cliquey little groups, and we know for the best part of each game, we're here to back each other up and work hard. And it's not just give me the ball and let me shoot. And what I like is it's a total team effort every time they're on the floor.
Great, thank you, Tyson.
Thank you.
Hi, can I get a...
Alibaba Pizza. Satisfy your cravings.
And welcome back to Inside the Box, presented by Alibaba Pizza. It's my honor now to be joined with the new WLA Commissioner, Ernie Truant. Ernie, talk about welcoming back as a Commissioner to the WLA, and what is your vision with this league?
Well, the vision that the league's always had is to improve it, get a lot more people to come out and watch this game. It's a great game, and hopefully we can improve on that this year.
Ernie, you're the commissioner from 2009 to 2011 for the Western Lacrosse Association. What has changed in that time since coming back this year?
Basically, the league is, you know, as far as a commissioner's position, you're doing the same thing from then to now. There's not really that much difference.
And lastly, Commissioner, a lot of changes are happening to the Western Lacrosse Association, you being one of them, Chris Fox, the new Sales and Marketing Director, and a few others. There's a lot of change going on. Will we see more of the same in the Western Lacrosse Association, or a lot is going to change?
No, the rules have been changed slightly by the CLA. We have to abide by all the CLA rules. Most of the changes come from there. As far as our league is concerned, we haven't diverted from the rules from last year. They're basically the same rules. I know that a few clubs this year are planning to have big nights, or like on a Saturday, they'll have an all-day thing, and they'll really advertise that to get a bunch of kids out and families to the games. So I don't recall if they did that last year or not, but they're going to do that this year. I know Maple Ridge is doing a couple of things like that, and I believe that Coquitlam is also doing something like that.
Great, thank you. That is Commissioner Ernie Truant. Thank you for joining us on Inside the Box, presented by Alibaba Pizza. Pass things down to our roaming reporter, Aaron Schultz, who's talking to Victoria Shamrocks veteran Cole Pickup after his game against the Nanaimo Timbermen. Aaron?
Thanks, Tally. I'm here with Cole Pickup of the Victoria Shamrocks. He had 3 goals and assists tonight in a very close and entertaining win for the Victoria Shamrocks, 10-8 over the Nanaimo Timbermen here at Frank Crane Arena. Cole, 10-8 win. It was close. At one point, you trailed 5-2, able to come back 10-8. How were you able to come back tonight?
Well, I mean, our defense kind of they played well all game, and then we've had some big stops, some good momentum swings, and I think that's just got us going for a couple goals. And we once we got a couple goals, it just kind of we kept carrying on and kept playing the way that was working, and that's what happened, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, and about your season so far, 5 wins, 2 losses now is your record. You're second in the standings. Is this the kind of start that you expected for your team? Anything good? Anything bad? Just where you are at?
We don't really expect anything but to win. Really, we want to win. We want to win the playoffs, and we want to go all the way this year. So we have a good team, and we just got to keep working hard every practice.
And while you play Junior A lacrosse for Victoria Shamrocks, you also play Junior A hockey for the Victoria Grizzlies of the BCHL. How do you balance both sports in a calendar year?
You just got to be smart with your body. I mean, you got to let it, like when it tells you to kind of, that you feel a little bit sluggish or slow, I mean, you got to kind of listen to it and make sure that you're not doing too much, right? So you got to get your rest and eat the right foods and lots of water. And I mean, you just got to, like I said, you just got to be careful with your body.
Finally now about hockey and lacrosse. There comes a time where possibly you have to choose one sport or the other when it comes to whether university reasons or just personal health. Have you already sort of leaned to choosing one sport or the other, or are you still going to try and ride this out, playing both sports as long as you can?
I mean, hockey, I want to go hockey route. I've had a couple offers in lacrosse, and I want to go the hockey way. I mean, my heart's in both ways, but I think I have more of an opportunity with hockey, and I mean, there's not really a reason. I just feel like that's the route I should go.
All right, thank you very much, Cole. Congratulations on tonight's win. That's Cole Pickup of the Victoria Shamrocks, victorious after a 10-8 win over the Nanaimo Junior A Timbermen here at the Frank Crane Arena. Now we're going to send things back to Tally Campbell. Tally?
Thank you to Aaron Schultz, and thank you to Victoria Shamrocks, Cole Pickup for joining us tonight's show, as well as Canadian Lacrosse Hall of Famer and current Nanaimo Junior A Timbermen's assistant coach Tyson Leies, and the WLA Commissioner Ernie Truant for joining us. The first ever edition of Inside the Box presented by Ali Ball Pizza. We'll see you guys back here next week right here on Inside the Box.